real quick, let me cover what we need to do this project. All right, so what I have right here is Notepad++. You could do this with regular Notepad. It just doesn't format nearly as nicely and really is not worth using at all. I would recommend going online, downloading Notepad++. Oops. Or if you're on Mac, you could get Sublime Text. I mean, you could get them on either. I think Mac users just use Sublime Text more for some reason. There's many other development environment software. Usually it's called IDEs, Integrated Development Environment. I think that's what it's called. Is that what it's called? Is that what it stands for? Integrated Development Environment. Boom, I was right. Or Interactive Development Environment. All right, I was also right for not being sure. So Notepad++, really great. Download it here. It gives you more than the regular Notepad and is perfect for programming web stuff. It's a perfect little basic thing. But just in general, it's better than Notepad. It gives you tons of options. Just to show you some of these options. So obviously you see it has the automatic styling for all of this stuff. And as you can see, oh well, it's not really doing it there. It also shows you where the tags begin and end, and I'll explain what all that means. But, oh, it also allows you to collapse things. It has numbers. You could, as you can see here, let me get rid of that. It has other colors for comments. All right, so it's very helpful with that. It can support all of these different computer languages. So right now we're doing HTML, so you could either save this file as HTML or choose HTML here, and it will automatically format, well, not format, but automatically color code your document. All right, and then finally you can, these are some of the things I use more frequently as well. You can launch it in your browser. So I can make my website, Control-Alt-Shift-R, and boom, launched. Now I didn't save it. There we go, gotta save it. Now this is that website. All right, but before I really jump into things, let me show you what else we need to do to get set up. All right, so the other thing I've done is create a folder on your desktop or wherever you want it. This is just for practice. I'm sure this website won't go live, at least not at this point in the tutorial. So you make a folder, and then you'd make a new file. You can make a text document if you want, and then just make sure to change the file extension. So this new file we're going to call index.html. I'm not going to remake it because I already have one right there. All right, so you make a file and call it index.html. Make sure that if you don't see the file extension .txt, that you access that and make sure that it does not exist. And you can just Google how to see the hidden file extensions. But it should automatically change to one of your browser symbols, whichever one is default to open websites, i.e. HTML documents. And then whenever you double click on this document, it'll open, in your web browser. And as you can see here, here's the path to the document, and then here's our website. Yep. So that's how we're gonna test this and build this website right here, right on our local computers, as opposed to a web server, which is what people have set up to share their websites on the World Wide Web. But we don't have that. GoDaddy is one of the more popular ones where you can get space on someone else's web server and share your websites with the web. You could do it on your own computer, but you would need to know about network security, and you would need to leave your computer on. And if your website got really big, your computer probably couldn't support it. So that's why you really want to be on a large scalable server or have your own web server, yada, yada, yada. But I don't think you'll need to worry about that for a while. So this is really all we need, is just Notepad++ and that file to work on. Also, once you have Notepad++, you can usually, I mean, this should exist, edit with Notepad++. So you right click, edit with Notepad++, and boom, here we go. All right, so that should conclude the introductory lecture to this HTML series. I'm going to make sure that you understand HTML like, let's say, an intermediate web developer does by the end of this tutorial. And then we'll go on to CSS, where you make your website nice and pretty. And then we'll end up with JavaScript. And then we could go into jQuery, which is kind of super JavaScript. There, PHP, MySQL. We could work on WordPress, Drupal. There's so many things we could do. So let's just get started at the beginning.